my queen, my queen. Oh, she, oh, she. Beautiful, wonderfully made. She's heaven's angel. So strong, even in struggle, yeah. When life comes like a storm from every angle, she rises above it all, the backbone of every home. Nothing compares to all she do. The true meaning of every family. She's the glue. Yeah. Where would we be without you? You brought us Martin, Malcolm, and Obama, yeah, and Jesus too. Oh, she's sophisticated, strong, simply amazing, humble, honest, and helpful, educated, ebony, eccentric, empowering. She's a queen, she's a queen. You better treat her like a queen. Oh, oh, Her strength is amazing. Life inside. 9 months she's carrying back to work, 'cause the family she's carrying. Society don't give her just due, but she prevails and stands tall. A champion, a true woman. But nothing compares to all she do. Yeah, the true meaning of every family. She's the glue, yeah, oh. Where would we be without you? Yeah, you brought us Martin, Malcolm, and Obama, and Jesus too. Oh, she is sophisticated, strong, yeah, simply amazing, humble, oh, honest, and helpful. Not only that you are. You're my Hello, 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 hello. This is RC Blakes, and I want to welcome you again to another Monday night with RC Blakes. Let's talk. I'm tired. As many of you may know, Lisa and I have spent the last week in Egypt, and now we are here in Greece, in between groups. Many of our community came to meet us in Egypt, and we had a blast meeting you for the first time. And so we decided to come over to Greece to take a break. And man, what a beautiful, beautiful place, and what a beautiful view this is that I have as I'm talking with you right now. It's Monday night in the States, but it's Tuesday morning, I think. Yeah, Tuesday morning over here in Greece. So I am excited to be able to share with you. Now, I need you to, you know the drill. You're here all the time. I don't have my normal equipment. I'm holding my microphone and all of this kind of thing, but I'm getting it done. I need you to invite some others to come in and to be a part of our conversation tonight, because this one is going to, I guess I say this every week, this one is going to be life-changing. And literally, women's lives are changed, not just women, but men as well. Women and men, people are changed every week as we go forth and share the real life scenarios and issues that many people try to avoid discussing. Well, tonight I want to talk about how to handle, I'm talking straight at the sisters now. I want to talk about how to handle a man when he doesn't give you clarity. What do you do with a man that does not give you clarity? What do you do? How do you manage that? Because so many women can testify, and if you're in the comments tonight, and if you're comfortable, I'd love for you to share, because many times people feel like they're in a thing by themselves. Many women waste a lot of time with men that in the end they realize he never really gave me clarity. Navigating a relationship where a man is not providing clarity is a massive undertaking, to say the least. And there are at least 6 things that I want to share with you tonight that I believe become common sense in terms of how a woman should approach a situation when a man does not provide clarity. Because when a man does not provide clarity in a relationship, it can lead to confusion, and oftentimes it's designed to lead to confusion. A lack of clarity is intentionally confusing many times. It will lead to frustration, and it ultimately leads to emotional turmoil. Now, understanding the reasons behind this ambiguity of a man can help in addressing the issue constructively. Now, there are 3 reasons that I've listed here that a man does not give clarity. The first, letter A, is when a man doesn't provide clarity, letter A, he probably lacks vision of where he's actually going. So in other words, it's not all the time that it's malicious intent. Sometimes the brother's just not clear himself. And when a man lacks clarity about where he's going, it's impossible for him to provide you clarity about where you're going. A man who lacks vision does not have a clear idea of what he wants in life. So how can he have a clear idea about what he wants in a relationship? And this again, adds fuel to my fire as it relates to you ladies who are just hell-bent on choosing your type based on all of these superficial aesthetics. And there's no internal character, constitution, or, foundation. Because when a man lacks vision of where he's going, he cannot develop a vision for a relationship. A person must first have a vision for himself. And it is then that he is qualified to develop a vision for a relationship. Letter B, 3 reasons a man doesn't give clarity. He's getting, when a man refuses to give you clarity, in a lot of cases, he's getting you programmed for long-term manipulation. When a man just strings you along, and you're not clear, there's no definition of what this is, you've made the horrific mistake of having sex with this man, and now you have this soul tie develop with this guy, and you have no clarity. This, in many cases, my dear sister, is intentional. He's programming you for long-term manipulation. Because in many cases, a lack of clarity is a form of control. By keeping you in a state of uncertainty, he can maintain power over the dynamics of the relationship. Manipulation can be, when you think about manipulation can be subtle. Even in the book of Genesis, we read of the serpent. The Bible says he was subtle. It can be subtle and often goes unnoticed until significant damage has been done. Manipulation involves tactics like gaslighting, withholding affection, and inconsistent behavior to keep you off balance, keep you uncertain, keep you in a state of uncertainty, intentionally failing to provide clarity. I want you, I don't want you. It's simple as that. Let your yea be yea, let your nay be nay, the Bible says. But when a man wants to manipulate a woman, he keeps her in a state of imbalance. Esther Perel said, manipulation is the opposite of intimacy because it creates distance rather than closeness. The third thing I listed relative to reasons a man doesn't give clarity, the third I listed is you have a different idea. Between the two of you, you have a different idea of what the situation is. You had a different idea about what you were getting into than he had. You see, in most cases, women go into relationships, especially relationships that turn sexual. Women go into these relationships with the idea that this is going to be long-term. Women don't typically, unless she's been severely broken like many women are, women do not typically just engage in frivolous sexuality with no idea that this is going to be a forever, lifetime situation. That's what women typically do. They go into relationships thinking that this is it. Men, on the other hand, in most cases, go into situations sexually thinking that this is just another notch on the belt. So You don't have clarity because you had a different idea about what the situation was than he did. When he said, I love you, you thought he meant your wife. I have feelings for you. I want to make a lifetime of this. When he said, I love you, he only meant, I want to have sex with you. I love your body. I love the way you look. I just want to do some things to you for about 3 hours. Because sometimes the lack of clarity arises from a fundamental misunderstanding of the relationship's status and direction. And so without open and honest dialogue, assumptions can lead to mismatched expectations and ultimately disappointments. Right? This is why Amos 3:3, one of my favorite texts in the Bible, says, can two walk together except they be agreed? Why are you in the middle of the bed with a man that you don't have some fundamental understanding about? You just allowed this man to breathe in your ear and lick on your neck and all of this, and got you with your eyes rolling back in your head and all this kind of stuff, and now you all in the middle of the bed and you don't have an understanding of where this is going to? Come on, sweetheart. You've been in the game too long for that. How can two walk together? How can two lie together, lay together, except they be agreed? So Amos 3:3 highlights the necessity of mutual understanding and agreement in a relationship. And you all wonder why I got to keep teaching this stuff. I'm looking at you all in your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, and I already hear Megan saying, there he go. Megan is one of the babies that I met in Egypt last week. She said she see me getting mad in the room by myself. Yeah, I get mad in the room by myself because it gets on my nerves when I've taught this stuff for years and y'all still making the same mistakes. You don't have no understanding about where this is going, and you got this man. This man is all up through your body, all up in your money, all up in your house, all involved with your children, and you don't have no clarity. Come on, babe. Come on, babe. Henry Winkler said, assumptions are the termites of relationships. I assumed. Now, when you think about it, femininity, when you think about the importance of clarity for a woman, for a man to provide a woman with clarity, femininity is what men crave. That's what men crave for out of a woman. A man wants a woman to be feminine. When you hear a man, I want a woman that will submit. I want a woman that will, give me peace at home. I want a woman that's gonna keep me excited. Well, what he's describing is a woman that is able to rest in her femininity. That's what he's describing when he says, I want a woman that will submit. I want a woman that, is free enough to take care of herself and look her best and look sexy and provide an amazing home. He craves the femininity, but the thing he doesn't understand is that femininity is what men crave, but clarity is the environment that femininity flourishes in. If a woman is not clear about where she stands, who she is to you, and what her role is in your life, and what your commitment is to the relationship, she will never be in a posture where she will be free enough to rest in that femininity. Because when you think about femininity is characterized by warmth, nurturing, and empathy. It thrives in a secure and clear environment. And without clarity, it's challenging for a woman to fully express these qualities when a man has not made certain things clear. She's not trusting her heart to rest in her femininity, because a woman's femininity is a gift to a man. And a wise woman does not give her gift to a man that has not made it clear. I love what 1 Corinthians 14:33 says, "For God is not a God of confusion, but of peace." If God is in the midst of a relationship, a lack of clarity is really, in my opinion, a synonym. It's synonymous to a lack of peace. If God is in a situation, if God is in a relationship, you're not going to have all of this confusion. Clarity brings peace, which allows a woman to rest in her true femininity and allows it to flourish. Harville Hendricks says clarity fosters trust, and trust is the bedrock of any intimate relationship. Just be clear, man. Just be clear. Now, here's a statement that I made relative to the sisters. You must possess yourself. Now, I'm still in my introduction, so don't start numbering yet. You must possess yourself and put emotion and hopes aside when embracing a new relationship. Don't allow your emotions to carry you away like Calgon. Don't allow your hopes and your fantasies to make you jump the gun. Use your brain and use your spirit and get clear before you allow yourself to go too far. Maintaining self-possession means staying grounded in your values and not letting emotions cloud your judgment. It's essential to approach the relationship with a clear mind. It is what it is, and it only is what has been made clear. If nothing has been made clear, it ain't nothing. This is why Proverbs 4:23 advises that above all else, guard your heart. For everything you do flows from your heart. It emphasizes the importance of emotional self-care. Don't do this emotional damage to yourself. You ever hear that little sound bite they have where the man says, emotional damage? Well, you don't want the emotional damage of rushing out into a situation before you have clarity. I don't care how ideal you think a man is. If he has not made certain things clear, he ain't your man, and you ain't his woman. Now, if you choose to give him sex based on those terms, just understand the terms. If he's not made anything clear, he ain't your man and you ain't his woman. And when everything hits the fan, these guys will tell you, I never told you that I wanted nothing exclusive with you. I never told you I was your man. I never told you you was my woman. You chose to give me your body. And you chose to give him your body based on what? Assumptions. Aristotle said, and it's amazing that here I am in Greece, and Aristotle makes the statement, knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. You got to know when you're about to, run over the edge and just dive off into an empty pool. You got to know this. You got to look deep before you leap. Don't just allow yourself to be carried away emotionally. Now let's get into the main content here. Number one, how to handle a man that's not giving you clarity. Number one, articulate your need for clarity. while he reaching for your, skirt and all of this, and he's trying to squeeze your bottom, uh, politely move his hand and ask him, now, what is this really? What are your intentions? In other words, what are your intentions? Those four words can can separate the pretenders from the contenders. See, because when you use those four words, what are your intentions? A man knows that you're not a clueless woman that's out here that he can just, rub you in the certain place, blow in your ear, kiss on your neck, and have you all, in a frenzy and have his way with you without some consequences and repercussions. Whenever a woman steps to a man and she asks him those four words, what are your intentions? He understands that he's dealing with a real one. And before he goes further with it, he will, he may finish the date and you may not hear from him anymore. And you'll get all upset talking about he ghosted me. No, babe, God just saved you. You think it was rejection, it was protection. There's nothing more questionable. There's nothing more questionable than to be in distress because you're unclear, and then as a woman not be clear that you're not clear. Oh, let me read that one more time. There's nothing more questionable. You got to question yourself when you are in distress about a situationship that you're involved in. And then at the same time, while you're distressed about being unclear, you have not made it clear that you are unclear. What are your intentions? That's the line, sister. What are your intentions? You want to add a word to it, brother? What are your intentions, brother? That's good for around church. When they run up on you at church, those of you that go to church, that's good for church. What are your intentions, brother? I bet you get on by this business then. You stop all that clueless grinning and you start asking some questions, because queens ask questions that only kings can answer. And one of the questions that queens will always ask is, what are your intentions, brother? Because there's nothing dumber than being unclear and not being clear that you are unclear. And you go and talking to your friends and your mama and all these other people about you not clear, and you haven't talked to him, and you rolling around in the middle of the bed with him, giving him all of this sex, and you don't know where this is going. You just hoping it ends up at the altar. Presently, you just ending up at every little motel, every little hotel, and they cheap at that. Just breathing and sweating and all of this. Come on, man. You know we taught you better than that. We raising raw consciousness here. You know better than that. You still out here doing that? Stop telling people you watch me and you out here doing that. That's bad advertisement. James chapter 4 and verse 2 in the English Standard Version says, you desire and do not have, so you murder. You covet and cannot obtain, so you fight and quarrel. You do not have because you do not ask. You don't have clarity, sister, many days because you ain't asked for it. And why haven't you asked for it? You're afraid that if you ask for clarity, he's going to leave. And the reality is, if he's not made certain things clear, he hadn't even shown up yet. Somebody ought to tweet that. You haven't asked for clarity because you're afraid he's going to leave. But if a man has not made certain things clear, the reality is he's not even shown up yet. So clear communication is vital. Expressing your need for clarity should be done. I'm not telling you to get belligerent and pop your neck, I'm not telling you to do all that, roll your hips, and I'm not telling you to do all that. It should be done calmly, using I statements to focus on your feelings and needs without casting blame. I need clarity. You know, let's assume that I assume that you've already given what you may think is clarity, but I need to know, what are your intentions. I need to know. Make it clear for me. Put it. This is how I say it when I really want people to understand. I need them to get down to brass tacks. Put it in crayon terms for me. In fact, put it in crayon terms of the person that's going to probably eat the crayon once they get through coloring with it. Just break it all the way down to toddler terms for me. Make it clear. You don't have to be mean. You don't have to be, antagonistic. Ephesians 4:15 says, rather speak the truth in love. You can speak your whole truth in a loving, peaceful kind of fashion, but you got to speak it. Because there's nothing dumber than being unclear and not being clear about the fact that you are unclear. Gary Chapman said, clear communication is the foundation of a solid relationship. 5 love languages, right? So number 2 on my list here is articulate, number 1, your need for clarity. Number 2, slow your pace of investment. Stop investing yourself so quickly and so completely in a situation that is not clear. Because what can happen with a woman especially is a man brings you on a few fabulous dates. Um, he's a very nice guy. He's just a gentleman in every way, and you kind of allow your heart to, skip a step. Just because he's done all of these things does not mean you have clarity about where is this going or where this is going. And so slow your pace of investment. Never invest yourself into a relationship ahead of a man. Don't allow a man to be at 5 and you up here at 6 and 7. Investing less emotionally and even materially can protect you from potential hurt. It means being cautious with your time, cautious with your energy and resources, your emotions, until you receive the clarity you need. Don't start doing wifey things for this man and you're not clear about where this is headed. Slowing your pace of investment helps you to maintain balance and prevents you from feeling overly committed to an unclear relationship. Because you go so far into the situation, you make such an investment that you are now committed to this based on what you've invested, and the other person has not made an equal investment. I love what Proverbs 22:3 says. The prudent see danger and take refuge, but the simple keep going and pay the penalty. You see that a man is not really being clear about where this is going, and you just constantly pushing down on the pedal, you going faster and faster. You are not a volunteer. You are not a victim, dear. You're a volunteer. You got to slow down. Slow your pace of investment. Maya Angelou put it best when she said, don't make someone a priority when all you are to them is an option. Now, number 3, Number three, gradually, when a man has not been clear, gradually decrease his access to you. Now, if he has had sexual access to you, you should immediately eliminate that access. Immediately. And in most cases, when you immediately eliminate the sexual access, he's going to go. He's out. You're gonna be calling somebody, Pastor, he ghosted me. He ghosted me. No, no, God protected you. You wised up, and wisdom is too high for a fool. You went to an altitude that he can't live at, but you got to gradually decrease. A man that has not made it clear, you got to decrease his access to you. Reducing his access to you can help reestablish your boundaries. And it may provide him with a sense of what he might be missing. This is not about playing, we're not talking about playing games, but this is about protecting your emotional well-being and ensuring that your needs are respected. You wake up, you say, I don't really know where this is going, and we've been going out for 6 months, and I don't even know what this is. We don't even have a definition on this. You don't keep giving this man access to you. You don't let this man just eat up all of your time, and there's nothing clear. It's not even been made clear that we're exclusive. Come on, man. Matthew 7:6 says, do not give dogs what is holy, and do not throw your pearls before pigs, lest they trample them underfoot and turn to attack you. Now, here's the wisdom in this, gradually decreasing his access to you. Because a man that doesn't make anything clear will, at the same time, consume your life. He'll consume all of your time. He'll consume your body. He'll consume all of your focus. And what's going on there when a man does that to you? He's taking you off the market without signing a contract. If a man is eating up all your time, occupying your body, all you think about is him, he's taking you off the market without signing a contract. Now, what does that mean? That means a man that would pull the trigger and would show up as a husband is not going to be attracted to you because you are presently preoccupied. The illustration I've used in the past is, it's like God's trying to send you a Bentley. You're a parking space. God's trying to send you a Bentley, park a Bentley in your life, but you keep letting these hoopties park and wait. Hoopties want to wait. They want to, can I just sit here for a minute? I'm waiting for somebody to come out. I'm just waiting for somebody to come out. I ain't going to be here long. And while the hoopty is sitting there temporarily, the Bentley is passing by, searching for space to park, and bypasses you because you are preoccupied with a hoopty, and the Bentley slides off into another slot. That's the case with most of you. Well, I don't want to get in no trouble, but that's the case with a lot of you women. While you talking about there are no good men out here, you keep your life occupied with a man that's already proven to be no good. I just need you to stop running your mouth out here until you really take a look at what you're doing. You keep a hobosexual in your life, and you the main one out here with your greasy fingers typing on this stuff, talking about ain't no good men out here. It's because you keep your life preoccupied with hobos. And every time the Bentley passes by, you are preoccupied because you've not healed. You don't know how to be by yourself. So you subscribe to your old Annie's philosophy. It's better to have a piece of man than no man at all. You'll never have a man as long as you keep yourself preoccupied with a piece of man. But you got to gradually decrease the access. Doreen Virtue says boundaries are a part of self-care. They're healthy, normal, and necessary. That's what's going on when you begin to decrease access. You are establishing something that you should have established in the beginning, and that is you're establishing boundaries. All right, number 4. I love this one right here. I love this one right here. Stop giving him certainty when all he's giving you is confusion. You can't be certain about where this is going, but he can be certain about you. He can be certain that you're going to fix him something to eat. He can be certain he's going to get sex on demand. He can be certain. And you know, if he is unwilling to provide clarity, reciprocate his energy by not providing certainty in your availability or your commitment. In other words, there should be days where he wants to see you and you're not available. Why would you always be available for a man that nothing is defined? He ain't your man. He ain't your man until it is defined, it's clear. You ain't his woman. I don't care how much sex you give him. You are not his woman until it has been made clear. And I know that hurts for a lot of you to hear that, but you need to hear it just like that. You sleeping with a man and you ain't his woman. He ain't your man. But you got to stop giving him certainty for confusion. This will help balance the relationship dynamics and may prompt him to be more forthcoming when you stop giving him certainty for his confusion. See, what this is about mirroring. It's hard for me to say that word. Mirroring the ambiguity he presents. You unclear? I'm unclear. And then you don't sit there and play that game for years. At a certain point, you pull the trigger. Once you realize that this is going nowhere, this brother's not serious about anything, you release him. Let him go. Break up with him. Tell him I'm done. You don't need to give him no explanation. Why do you owe him an explanation when there's nothing that's been made clear? James 1:8 says, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Now, what does that verse tell you? A man that is double-minded or a man that is unstable, unclear, is double-minded, meaning he doesn't have a grown man's perspective on life. See, a grown man knows what he wants, goes after what he wants, right? Prioritizes what he wants. But a double-minded man is unstable. He doesn't want to lock himself down. And when you come to the conclusion that you're dealing with a double-minded man, you got to stop giving him certainty. See, he can be sure about you, but you can't be sure about him. Brene Brown says ambiguity in relationships leads to mistrust and misunderstanding. Be clear or be gone, right? Be clear, be gone. I'll bring you back again to me and Lisa's story. When a man respects you, he's going to be clear. When I came to the conclusion that I just really didn't think I wanted to be married, I told her, I said, I don't think I want to be married. As much as I loved her, I don't think I want to be married. And, I want to be fair because, I don't want to just string you along. And she left me, right? Be clear or be gone. Don't just keep me stringing along. You don't string me along. Let me go because there's somebody else that wants me. Number 5. I like this one right here. When you're dealing with a man that has not provided you with clarity, create timelines in your mind of how long you're going to play this game. Create timelines in your mind. Hold yourself accountable to your own timelines. Once you've articulated, I need clarity, and he's saying, okay, and he's not really made it clear, you got to have in your mind an established timeline. How long am I going to sit around here and tolerate uncertainty? Setting internal timelines helps you to stay grounded and not get lost in endless ambiguity. It provides a mental framework for when to reassess the relationship based on the clarity provided or the lack thereof. This timeline is a personal boundary to protect your emotional health. Okay, and I asked this man for clarity this week. It's been 7 days. He's not said anything. We'll give him another 7 days, and then I'm gonna tell him, be gone. That's the way you got to operate. See, when people disrespect you, and the lack of clarity in a relationship is a form of disrespect. When people disrespect you, it behooves you to respect yourself. Because if you don't respect yourself, you then again move from victim status to volunteer. And I'm not going to just sit here and tell you I need clarity, and you still refuse to provide clarity, and I stick around for you. Come on now. You got to love yourself more than that. Self-love is a personal responsibility. When you ain't loving me, I got to love myself. This is why the Bible says in Ecclesiastes 3:1, to everything there is a season and a time for every matter under the heaven. There's a time and a season for everything. There's a time to wait. There's a time to be patient. Then there's a time to pull the trigger. Come on now. Then there's a time to pull the trigger. Then there's a time to pull the trigger. And I mean pull that trigger and be gone. And I'm not talking about pull the trigger and hoping that they call because they're upset. No, I'm talking about pull the trigger, and I'm talking about block, 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 block. Come on now. You're not gonna let this person. You giving this person enough of your time. You're not gonna let this person play with your mind. Because once you pull the trigger and you eliminate this person, you now open the door for what God really intended to send you. So recognizing that there's a time for patience and a time for decisions can guide your actions. Now, here's a statement that Holy Spirit gave me, and I'll share with you. Time spent in pointless endeavors with no purpose is a dishonor to God and a disservice to one's future. You know how many folk have arrived in their future and it don't look nothing like they thought it would look because they gave too much time to folk they should not have given time to in the past? Now, number six. When a man has not provided you with clarity, number six, help him in areas where he's sincerely working to figure it out. Now, I wanted to add number six because it's not always a negative thing. That is not always a negative reason that a man has not provided you with clarity. Sometimes you meet a man, and watch this, this is age sensitive. Man gets to a certain age, this does not apply. But say you're a woman and you're dealing with a man in his 20s, and maybe he can't tell you where we're going and how we're going to get there, or maybe he's still trying to figure it out. Well, in a case like that, you help him, you help him to figure it out. Now he's 40 years old and he don't know where he's going. Pray for him. You leave him in the hands of the Lord and you pray for him. No. You can't do it. Some things you just can't give a man. You can't give a man a vision. You can't give a man a focus. You can't give a man a drive. And if a man 40 and 50 years old and he don't have a clue where he going, you can't help him figure nothing out. I'm sorry. And I know some brothers are gonna get upset with that, but you can't help him figure nothing out. This applies to younger guys, or maybe a guy, let's say a guy's been incarcerated. He's done his time. And now he's out, and maybe he is of, some advanced years, but he's really trying to figure out how to, figure life out, how to, in some cases like that, But if he shows genuine effort in trying to gain personal clarity, support him. Because when he gains personal clarity, he'll then be able to provide relational clarity. That's what Lisa did for me. We were in our 20s. Lisa helped me to figure things out. She helped me to figure life out, figure out who I was, really. I knew who I was, but she helped me. To give you an example, we were in our 20s. I want to make certain I keep emphasizing that. And when Lisa met me, my credit was bad. I wasn't making a whole lot of money, and I didn't even really have a whole lot of credit, but I could have paid the little bills I had, but I just wasn't organized. She came into my life, she helped me, she organized my life. You know what I mean? And so sometimes a man needs a woman to help him, and again, this mostly applies to younger guys. Sometimes your man hasn't provided you with clarity because many times women are more advanced, you're more mature at younger ages than we are. So y'all might be the same age, but you 25, he 25, but you thinking like a 35-year-old woman. You already thinking about security and stability and all of these kinds of things, and he ain't there yet. And sometimes you just got to help him. You got to be patient and you got to help him. If he's a good man, if he's a good guy, and if he's open to your help. Now, if he's a block-minded man that doesn't want to listen, you may want to rethink that. But genuine effort deserves recognition and support as it shows a willingness to improve and grow. If he has a willingness to improve and grow, you all can grow together. And the clarity that you will need will come out of helping him to gain some clarity about himself. And when he can answer certain questions about himself, he'll then in turn be able to answer certain questions about the two of you. This is why Galatians 6:2 says, bear one another's burdens and so fulfill the law of Christ. So supporting each other through struggles is a foundational aspect of a loving relationship. I love what Neil Clark Warren says. Now listen to this statement very carefully. He says, relationships are not about finding the right partner, but sometimes it's about being the right partner. So sometimes the clarity you need will come from your being the right partner to your man. That was the case with Lisa and I. Because Lisa was the right partner, I became the right man that became the right partner. She empowered me to become the best version of myself, the version that she deserved and needed as a husband. I don't know if I'll be the man I am today if I didn't have Lisa in my life, because sometimes relationships are not about finding the right partner, but about being the right partner. And in being the right partner, you create the right partner. So now I have these 6 listed, right? I have these 6 listed. How to handle a man not giving you clarity. But I got to add a 7th. I only have 6 written down here on my thing here. But I got to add a 7th. How to handle a man that won't give you clarity. Number 7, leave. 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 Tonight. Right now. Leave. You don't need to spend another moment with a man that has not given you clarity, especially if you've asked for it. Now, if you haven't asked for clarity, you owe him that conversation. But if you've asked for it and you've been consistent and he knows where you want to go and he's not responded, leave. 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 You don't need to call me. You don't need to email me. You don't need to send me no whole long encyclopedia of an email. You don't need none of that. You just need to know, I asked for clarity. This brother's not giving it to me. It's time for me to leave. I gotta go. I'm out. It's run, Forrest, run from here. I'm gone. Poof, be gone. I'm out of here. And there you have it. Those are my thoughts. And before I take it back, I'll add more to it. Hope you've gotten something out of this tonight. It is my prayer that you've been blessed. Now, may I pray for you? Father, I thank you for every woman that's in the process now of making a decision. In the process right now, dear God, of making a decision about a relationship where she doesn't have clarity. God, give her the wisdom, give her the strength, give her the fortitude to make the move that she needs to make. In Jesus' name, amen. Now, don't forget to go to the website, rcblakes.com, sign up for the mailing list. While you're there, check out the online programs, specifically Transcending the Father Wound. That's an online program that many of the women in the world need. God gave me that revelation, and I know that it will set you completely free. Go to rcblakes.com, check out the online programs. Don't forget, if you look in the description, there's a link for BetterHelp Counseling. And if you use that link, BetterHelp Counseling will give you 10% off of the cost of their counseling. And in return, we'll make a deposit into RC Blakes Ministries because I recommended them. Many of you have issues you're dealing with, and you just need someone to talk this through with. BetterHelp Counseling is a great avenue. Sit right there in the comfort of your own home, the security of your own home, and talk to a licensed professional counselor or therapist. So use that. Go into the description, look for the link, BetterHelp Counseling. Queenology is fast approaching. August, we're going to be in Atlanta, Georgia. I think that there may be some tickets remaining for the intensive on that Saturday. I think there may be tickets for the all-white party culminating with Dave Hollister. Go to queenology.net and get your ticket today. Do it immediately now, because women are coming from all around the world. Looking forward to meeting all of you that are coming to Egypt this week to meet Lisa and I. We had a blast with the group from last week, and this group is the larger group. We're looking forward to just having all of the experiences all over again with you all, and getting a chance to know you and embrace you and get to know you. It's just going to be a blessing. What am I missing? Hey, my birthday celebration is happening my birthday is July the 14th. I think it's July the 12th that we're having the big formal event. The formal, I don't know what they call the thing, but it's going to be at the Ritz-Carlton in New Orleans. It's going to be a black tie affair. I'd love for you all to come and to be a part of my 60th celebration. And then I think on my actual birthday, the 14th, there's a brunch or a lunch that we're having in Houston, Texas. I'm just a blessed man to be celebrated by so many and to be loved by so many. I don't take it lightly. This is my 60th. I don't usually get geeked about relationships, birthdays, but I'm geeked about this one. This is 60. And I want all of the people I love to be present and accounted for. Go to rcblakes.com. I think you can get tickets for the formal event in New Orleans. I think you might be able to get tickets for the lunch or the luncheon in Houston, Texas as well. I'm excited. What am I missing? Thanks to all of you who've sown into our lives. Lisa and I love you, and we appreciate you so very, very much. Don't forget to go by Amazon. Pick up all of my books while they're at Amazon. Now listen, I love you with all of my heart. With all of my heart, I love you. You are on top and you're going higher. God has more in store for you. You know, with all of that said, all I can say to you is, we, Lisa and I, will see you at the top. Until next time, I'm R.C. Blakes. God bless, and I love you.
We here at RC Blakes Ministries want to thank you for spending this time with us today. RC and Lisa are always honored to have you with us. Don't forget to reach out to us by visiting our website at www.rcblakes.com. While you're there, you may join our mailing list and receive a free download of The Laws of Manifesting Your Vision by RC Blakes. Also look at all of the online programs by RC. You may find all books written by RC and Lisa. Once again, all of us here at RC Blakes Ministries want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts. And as we always say, see you at the top.
Hello family. This is RC Blakes and I am so thoroughly excited. I'm excited because Queenology 2024 is coming back to Atlanta, Georgia, August the 23rd through the 25th. The host hotel is going to be the Whitley Hotel. Amazing. Women are literally coming from around the world. It is a multicultural, multi-generational, multiracial movement of women from around the world. And I want to invite you and yours to meet Lisa and I in Atlanta, Georgia at the Whitley Hotel, August the 23rd through the 25th for Queenology. For those that have the Royal Court package, it will afford you your entire stay for the weekend. It will also afford you a private formal dinner with Lisa and I to open Queenology up. It also affords you admission to every event, everything that's happening for the entire weekend. Now, we also have the Saturday brunch and intensive package, which allows you to get into the brunch where Lisa and I will be sharing the messages that God has given us for 2024 to share with the ladies. This year, I'll have my own message, and Lisa will also have her very own message. It's going to be powerful. During the Saturday brunch and intensive, we're also going to have a very distinguished panel of men that are going to sit before the queens and answer the questions that women have always wanted to ask men. It's going to be amazing. Now, also those that are part of the VIP experience, there will be a time where Lisa and the ladies will gather in what they call, I think, the pajama party. And it will be a time where women will have conversation among women. I'm really excited about the culmination of Queenology this year because none other than the incomparable Dave Hollister is coming to be a part of our closing event, the all-white party. He's going to sing the Queenology theme song as well as entertain the ladies, the queens, for that evening. Queenology 2024 promises to be like none other. Those of you that want information, if you desire to be a vendor, queenology.net. Those of you that may need payment plans, queenology.net. Let nothing stop you from making your way to Queenology 2024 in Atlanta, Georgia this year. Tickets are going very quickly. I would love for you to meet us in Atlanta, August the 23rd through the 25th. Queens from around the world are coming. Queens from around the world are rising. It is going to be a coronation. It is going to be a crowning.